Hey guys, welcome back to another World of Warship Legends video. Today we're gonna see a battle featuring the USS Congress. So before we go into the battle, I just want to give you a quick overview on my build on Congress and the commander setup. So the usual cruiser build with the reload mod on 4th slot, and for commander we're using Riker today because Congress already has a better than average sigma for cruisers, but the dispersion is worse, so we wanted to tighten our dispersion as much as we can. And I have tried Einstein, I have tried Scott, I have tried Shelley Beepley, and to be honest, on Congress I like this Riker build more than any other ones. So we're using on the first slot Agile Seagull for a turret traverse, and it also gives us a faster rudder shift. On the second row we are using main battery range that will take it to 16 kilometers to 16.7. On the third row we are using marksmanship, another 10% dispersion buff, and on the fourth slot we're using repair party. Now Congress repair parties are very mediocre, they only heal about 5,000-6,000, so another two more will help out a lot. And we're using will to rebuild to shorten the duration of our repair party by half, so if we need to go brawl with a battleship, the quick reload of the repair party will come in handy. For inspiration we are using Riggerwold and we're using Mimbelli. And for a quick overview of Congress, we have 27mm plating with a pretty beefy armor belt. You can bounce any size battleship shells with that lower belt, and 27mm armor, so you're fine to push into up to 380 or 381s I believe. So your usual Vanguards, Connecticuts, and what else, Richelieus, Bismarcks, you can push them, they can't overmatch you, but only push them while your broadside is safe, or don't try to push a Bismarck if it's not urgent, otherwise you're gonna take a lot of damage from the secondaries. So now let's just go back into the battle. So we're at the islands of Ice Map, and this is an epicenter mode battle. This is a carrier match and both teams have 4 battleships and 2 cruisers. We do have a division of a cruiser and a destroyer that spawned in the middle. Both of the enemy cruisers have radars. I believe one is a Baltimore, the other one's a P-bag. Now in epicenter mode, destroyers are really important because whichever team gets the middle first, if they can capture it, they don't have to do much for the win because the points rack up so quick, they can just get the win in 3-4 minutes. So we gotta protect our destroyer here. Now if you look at the minimap, looks like both of their cruisers are heading straight into the middle. Now there are Iowas and Colorados in the enemy team with 16-inch guns that can overmatch us, so we are not going straight in, and we also don't have the rate of fire like a P-bag or a Baltimore. So we are not gonna sit back, but we're also not heading straight in. We waited a while before we took that shot at the Baltimore to see if he turns. He didn't, so we took it anyway. We took a second shot now and he is turning, so we're hoping for some damage. There goes down our first ship, the cruiser in the division. We got some decent damage on the Baltimore. And there goes our second ship, the destroyer in the division. So the center of our team just got destroyed within 90 seconds of the start of the game. We managed to get a Citadel and another 10,000-11,000 damage on the Baltimore, and the enemy team is flipping the middle fast, and we are already trailing by 200 points almost. Now we did pop our damage control there because we want to get into an advanced position without getting our broadside pummeled by the Colorado. And when we were on fire, our detection is 13.3. So we popped the damage control for a little, we moved ahead, and then now we take a shot at the Colorado and turn in. We got 10,000 of the Colorado, but he takes 5,000 of us. We have 4 hills, so we pop our first hill. Looks like the enemy carrier is on this side too, so he is moving into the middle as well. Now the enemy team has the middle captured, so they're getting points now. Their lead is more than 200 points, and at this rate they'll win the game in another maybe 3-4 minutes. So we need to do something now. The carrier is gonna focus on us because we are the closest one to him. And there is a Colorado here, but with the rate that they're gaining points, we can't just sit back here and farm damage on those ships in the middle because the match is not gonna last long. We managed to dodge some torpedoes. I'm usually very bad at dodging torpedoes, but lucky here. So we're taking some shots on the Baltimore. Our friendly destroyer, doesn't matter how good he is, as long as those cruisers are in the middle of the map, he can't go in to the middle, so he's also forced out of the middle. So we are trying to get the Baltimore out. We're asking our team to focus on the Baltimore. Now we have a decision to make. We can stay still here and we'll get farmed by the carrier, and their lead is more than 300 points now. So if we stay here, we can farm some damage, but we're gonna lose the game. And if we move up, there's a Colorado, and it seems like he's going to the other side of the island. So if we can lure him to this side of the island, maybe our battleships can get him out. And if we can get him out, this entire side of the map can be ours. So we can set up crossfire to the middle of the map. We'll have a direct route to their carrier, and we can now then start going in for the middle. So the carrier damaged our engine, but we popped the damage control because we're trying to go fast enough so that we can outrun the Colorado turrets. We took some shot from the Iowa in the middle, but at this point it's a very risky thing to do, but we have to do what we have to do because their lead is now almost 450 points now. So the the Colorado takes a shot at us. We're so close that he couldn't aim at our lower belt, only was able to hit our upper belt. We got 2 overpens.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
We will take a shot at the Baltimore with our rear turret. Our rear turret only fired 2 shells, but we'll do whatever we can to help our destroyer move into the middle. So 9,000 on Colorado. We got a Citadel on the Baltimore. It's another 10,000 there. Now we're gonna use a rear turret on Colorado. Another 6,000. Baltimore goes down. We're gonna use our front turret on Colorado. Another 9,000. And he's pretty low now, and he's right in front of our battleships now. We're able to lure him out, so he should go down. Yeah, he goes down. So now we have a direct route to the middle of the map, and we have their carrier at our side. We can now set crossfires on the Iowa, and we now have some breathing room. We still are 350 points behind, but it's better than being almost 600 points behind a few minutes ago. If you notice, they were almost at 900 points before they lost the Baltimore and the Colorado. So we do have a little breathing room, but we need to act fast. We don't have much time. The Iowa sees what we're doing, so he shoots at us because his broadside is now exposed to us and any battleship that comes over here. So he does some decent damage on us. We do a little damage on him. We are over 100,000 damage already. Carrier is still coming for us. So the other good thing is we have managed to keep their carrier focused on us the whole time. So our battleships
We're hull below the
are
waterline.
free
We're
to
flooding
engage
quickly.
their Iowa.
Problem
Now
solved, sir.
both of their radar cruisers are dead, so our destroyer sees that, so he starts moving into the middle of the map, which is a good thing. Now at this moment we do have a lead on the number of ships, but again we're 300 points behind. So we see the Gravis plane hiding there, so we'll take a shot at him before we can move into a better position. So looks like he's maybe we can take a shot at him from here. He's still coming from us, and yeah, so we get another 16,000 off of him, and we have already used 3 of our hills. Well, less than half of our HP, but we got the important stuff done. We got the Colorado out, so our battleships have their broadside covered from this side. They don't have to worry about any battleship shells coming for them from this side of the map.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
And there is the Graf Zeppelin. We're taking a shot at him, but he has an underwater citadel, and we are so close. We only got overpants. We probably should have switched to HE there, but anyways, we got the clear sky medal since we shot down more than 30 planes, and we start turning in because we have been spotted for a while and there might be a destroyer there, and we are also turning in to dodge the carrier torpedoes. Now the Kagero is in the middle, so that means it's the Z-23 that's spotting us, because we haven't fired in a while, so it must be him that's spotting us. Our team starts to flip the middle,
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
and
Torpedoes
yeah,
to starboard.
they're the torpedoes. I believe that's a Z-23, so yeah, there are his torpedoes. Kagero knows where we are because the Z-23 is spotting us, so we are gonna turn here and then gain speed, so to avoid any incoming Kagero torpedoes. So we're trying our best to finish the turn quick and just go on a straight line to gain speed as quick as we can.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
And we're still spotted, so the Z-23 is still looking at us. And the enemy battleship hasn't moved in a while, so I'm wondering if he's AFK. We switched over to HE earlier because we were gonna shoot at destroyers primarily now, but it's a broadside Suo. AP would be nice, but we had HE loaded, so we are gonna use that and switch to AP. More torpedoes coming from the Z-23. We set a fire on the Suo, and so far it seems to be burning, so the damage is going. There he is, the destroyer is taking some shot at us. I remember earlier in the game when I said I'm usually bad at dodging torpedoes. Yeah, so we pop damage control and we pop our last hill. Now popping the hill wasn't smart at that moment because we could have used the carrier to gain 2,000 or 3,000 HP from will to rebuild. Then we could have used our heal, so we lost out on 2,000 or 3,000 HP, but it's alright. So we just got our high caliber from the Suo. What we are really worried about now is the Z-23, because if he torps us or the carrier, then it might be game over. So our destroyer is coming here to help us out. We pop our radar and we are gonna take some shot at him. Our main goal right now is basically to not lose any ship and to get the enemy destroyers as far possible as from the epicenter and the carrier, because our carrier is probably flying his planes and his carrier is on autopilot, so he's probably moving in a straight line, so we need to protect his back. Now the Kagero just again flipped the middle, so they're gaining points again. Our battleships are trying to move into the middle, but they're battleships and they're slow, so we have to get lucky here. Now by trying to get the cap, the Kagero moved too close to our battleships and he just got spotted, and there he is again. Now he's shooting because, well, he's ahead on points, so he doesn't need to shoot, but I'm not gonna be too harsh on him because he's running away, and if we manage to take the epicenter, it's only gonna take us maybe 45 seconds to a minute to get on top on points. So I can see why he thinks that he needs to sink that battleship, and we did get some hits on the Kagero there. By trying to sink our battleship, he lost a lot of HP and he's probably gonna die. And looks like his engine is out and he dies. Yeah, so that gave us our 5th assist and a helping hand medal, taking our damage to almost 135,000. We're still behind on points, but now we are taking the epicenter, so we should be able to make up the points in 10-15 seconds maybe. Now the only thing I'm worried about is our carrier, because he's been stationary and there is a Z-23 on that side. The only thing we need to do for the win right now is not lose any more ships. Our destroyer is smart, so he knows that he doesn't need to chase the enemy destroyer. All he needs to do is survive and just stay close to the carrier and stay close to us, so in case the enemy destroyer does come for us, we can kill him. Now yeah, he's telling the Graf Zeppelin to get back because we're 100% sure that there must be torpedoes coming in because our carrier is stationary, so we're trying to see if we get spotted to see where the destroyer is, and now we just got spotted, so he's somewhat to our right, between us and our destroyer, maybe around 6-7 kilometers, somewhere around that. There are his torpedoes. Only 5 seconds of the match left and our carrier survives. So we do get a Dreadnought medal in the end. 135,000 damage and almost 3,400 XP. So that's USS Congress. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you on the next one.